Welcome back to Dabbling Dads with your host Kyle and Tyler, here to dabble into just about anything. You can find us everywhere using the hashtag dabblingdads. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy.
What's up, man?
Hi, I'm Julie Chin Mendez.
Moonbez.
Whatever her name is.
Moonbez, man.
Yes. Another Thursday. Just dabbling, big brother. I hope you took good notes. I took none. I watched Wednesday and Thursday tonight. I would say interesting week. A week full of some revelations for multiple players, I think.
There's games being played.
Yeah.
It's just Memphis, like every time he's had it, he has just been, when he was head of household second week, he wanted things to go his way, and then it just started out that way. I feel like they've been digging for content a lot.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because they're all-stars and they realize that their opportunity to ever get in the house again is probably slim, so they're playing, but the majority of the people that are left have themselves in a situation where they've been able to sort of enjoy the game, go with the flow. I'm in the numbers for a good bit, and they've just been relaxing. From my experience, that was not allowed where we were at. We were just chilling, you get like maybe 10 minutes and then hey, we've got to make a television show. You got to be doing something. So,
yeah.
And we've talked about that before, but
where the live feeds, they're all talking and playing the game though. I think, but where the live feeds were down, so I was much more in the dark this week while I was watching, so I had to pay attention. But they were down, and then it said they came back on and they were playing charades. So I guess they were just, but it seems like a lot of personal things are going on in the game. Maybe it's always like that, and they're just showing the emotional players right now. But I'd be in game mode the whole time I was in there. I could not be personal, like Devon, from my personal, but we need to start out on Sunday.
All right, let's do it. Where you want to start?
Just Memphis winning, which you called, which we found out after we had already recorded.
Yep.
So, and you said he was going to start playing the game, which he did this week. But it all came down to...
Finish your thought.
But it all came down to, the HOH he wanted. He said he didn't want to talk to anybody. But then it immediately started once he put Devon and Kevin on the block. He just didn't want to talk to anybody. Wasn't telling anybody his plan. So it was just like you said, it was just not much going on. But they were on the block.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I let you finish that because, in a certain aspect, he started playing the game, and we'll talk about that when we get to tonight's, or it was actually probably Wednesday night's episode when that happened. Yeah, one of the two at the end. But he started playing. But as far as like David immediately being his target again, like that, to me at this point in the game, it's like, dude, like. All right, I guess if that's your prerogative, you do what you want to do. But I don't think David would be. If I was in Memphis's position, I don't think David is who I would be targeting. I would be targeting a strong male threat at this point. If I'm trying to backdoor someone, it's not David the rookie.
We can go ahead and start talking about it. But he brought in. If you watch tonight, the wise guys, which I did read about before.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So David was an easy pick, but tonight's episode, he started.
But instead, just teaming up with them.
Yeah.
Which was fine, I thought. But anyway, so then it became David trying to get the vote split, or he basically. They're still talking about the vote from last week, going into this week, and it's like. David is telling the truth, and Devon just thinks that he's lying. And so as a viewer, you're like, what are you talking
about? Yeah, because Danny and Nicole, if you watch the show, obviously, Danny and Nicole formulated a pretty smart plan. It really worked, to be honest with you, to really they wanted to pin the heat on David. It backfired and hit Davon, but one of them was going regardless, and Davon just refused to believe him. I think if she would have demanded the truth and just been like, "No, I'm about to blow up everything," right off the bat with Nicole, it may have went a little different for her in the game. But her standing up firm on David's line to her just bit her right in the butt.
Yeah, it all started though when she played the POV for Kevin. Her game started deteriorating because she didn't know what was going on. She's not very good at the game. Not as good as those people playing.
Well, Zingbot got her, so we're all over the place, guys. We're talking about Wednesday, Sunday, and Thursday all at the same time right now.
We're just twisting it together. Yeah,
it's hard not to.
Which is fine. But
if you listen to our regular podcast, you would know that that's a regular thing.
Yeah, we dabble everywhere, man.
Yeah.
So, I put on here Nicole's playing good. She's a liar, but playing good. I mean, from the get-go, she had her believing. And Devon even said, she looked me in the eyes and told me. I mean, I don't know if they show that in production or not, but I read that. So she definitely believed Nicole. But going back to Memphis just for a second, he rationalized he wanted to go for David because he knew David was coming for him. Mm-hmm. Different people target for different reasons. Christmas, I know we're twisting everything in there, but Christmas, she's one that sees a pair. Her game is, I'm not allowing any pairs even though I have a pair.
Yeah.
But I got to keep my pair secret. As soon as those pairs come out in the open, Christmas is like, that's my target. Then she manipulated David, and now he also saw that in this episode of seeing that should be his target.
You think they're just all fucking terrified of Christmas? She seems intimidating as shit.
And now she ain't limping around, boy. She's out there lifting, I guarantee it. So, but anyways, then it comes to the have-not selections, which was just another big thing that happened in the game on Sunday, which is also Davon's demise, is when she just chose Christmas.
She's not very smart.
No. And David chose
And Cody. Christmas was verbally and visibly angry about it.
Yes, she was.
She was not happy with that at all. And then Cody literally had just made everybody's dinner tacos. I don't even get to eat. I literally haven't eaten today. So he had to go. I guess I'm gonna drink me a protein shake real quick.
David chose him, and I know I was.
That must be what they allowed them. Like, hey, real quick, if you want to hit a quick protein shake to get all that in real quick for your eating this oatmeal or whatever it is that's in the slop. We should look up what's in the slop. I wonder if you can find that. I'm gonna look it up. Anyways, so Davon picked Christmas, and then
David picked Cody, and Ian was evicted, so there was only
correct. 2. Yeah, correct.
Something else I just wrote down, going back to what I said earlier about just the production. They don't have enough. They showed the 3 girls in the tub, and that was obviously from Danny's HOH the week before, and it was just like, is there really nothing going on? Memphis, though, said he wasn't talking about that.
Just showing Nicole fall out. Yeah. I guess that's a reach, but at the same time, it's like, was it more of a comedic reach, or was it hey, we don't have anything to show? Like, not that there was anything heavy that I would consider like heavy on that one. Sometimes it will be like a real heavy episode where someone's. It wasn't this week that Cody's granddad died, was it? It was Sunday you found out? That was last week you found out. That's right. Yeah. So, like, an episode like that, like, sometimes that'll happen, but then they'll, like, cut to something goofy to sort of lighten the mood. That, I agree with you, though. That bathtub scene was sort of out of nowhere.
Yeah, just, like, wasn't no game. It was just, they didn't have 3 minutes to show something, which is just, I only notice that shit now because,
Yep. Insight.
So, anyway, so Zingbot comes, and he's, so now we'll go to Wednesday. So Zingbot comes, and he doesn't zing him at first, but he is the Tiger King Zingbot. What did you think about that?
I thought it was great, to be honest with you. At first when I saw him, I thought he was a hippie, but then, it obviously pulled up the Tiger Zing or whatever. That's obviously something you look forward to every time. What did I tell you earlier? I hope one season before Julie calls it quits that she comes out and tells us all that she's been in the Zingbot suit all along, ripping the players, because... it went in on Nicole.
I have them written down.
What it was said? Yeah, let's go through them.
You want me to go through? So, anyways, but then they played the POV first.
That's right.
So they played the POV. Yeah, they did. Because he was just up top at first, and he said they were doing the maze where they had to put the tigers in the right cage.
Yeah.
And I would have had Tyler's strategy, too. I'm just going to run through her as fast as I freaking can. And we ultimately find out, we'll talk about that after the zing, of why he went ahead and won that, because... he understands the game.
Yeah.
Tyler does. So anyway, so Tyler had a suspicion of, them having a alliance. Maybe they didn't. He did zing them first. So yeah, let's go through the zings.
Yeah, I thought he did.
I
thought they came out and zinged and then the.
Yeah, you're right. So let's do the zings first. What did
Who was first? David?
David, you want me to say each one? He just said, David, can't believe you're here, or something like that.
He said, yeah, David, I can't believe I'm here at Big Brother's All-Stars. Just like you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he makes fun of the meow meow.
Oh, yeah, with
What's more
Enzo.
pathetic? Nothing. That's so funny. Memphis said, Dan's number 1, to me, a giant number 2. Like a shithead.
I guess him and David just like legitimately don't like each other.
Him and David?
Or him and David, yeah, just legitimately don't like each other.
I guess not. Cody said perfect 10, but your IQ. Danny said first season old pro, now you just look old, which is
pretty low blow. It's like, well, I'll make it personal. Just make it a game jab. Like, golly. I mean, I like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be like, oh, be nice, but like, these people are on television. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
That's true. Christmas is what's different between holiday season. You're stress-inducing and annoying. She was pissed about it, too.
Christmas? Yeah, she's scary, dude. She's intimidating.
Kevin, your nickname has a ring to it. Boring. I thought that was good, too. Yeah. Tyler said the real winner gets a girl, not $500,000 or something like that.
Gets the girl. That's what he said on, when he
lost.
When he didn't win the show, yeah. But he got Angela.
They said, dying to know which reality show you plan to lose next.
Yeah, because she's done the challenge and Big Brother. Yeah.
This one. Nicole, a song, Here Comes the Bride, while a cry voice, I want to fucking die.
Something like that. Says something about, but when I hear your voice, it makes me want to effing die.
That's what he said, yes. Oh, man.
Cody fell out. He was on his face. It was funny.
Yeah, and then he just calls them losers. But then it goes to the POV comp where they got to move the Tigers and all that. And obviously Tyler wins and didn't throw the comp. And I wrote, Day has no clue. She has zero clue. Thinks Memphis is bullshitting about backdooring David when really that was the plan the whole time.
Yep. Yep. Dead on.
So then it goes to where Tyler didn't use the veto because he told Memphis, what we were saying earlier. He told Memphis the girls' alliance can happen.
Yeah.
And I was telling Emily this when we were watching the game. I was like, this is becoming the point in the game now where they're going to have to split apart and they're going to have to pick up these people in the middle. Or, if the girls would have won the vote tonight, if they won the head of household and put 2 boys up, they're losing votes by the numbers, and they could flip the house with Danny, Devon, Nicole, and Christmas. Could have been strong forward because and then Memphis realizes that by making the wise guys, because he's picking up Enzo, who isn't in the committee, to help basically, cannibalize the committee, and then you're in the final 3 or 4 right there.
Yeah.
So it's starting to become some real game, and that really just brings us to Thursday because that's how it started, and it kind of just went into the whole day wanting to know the truth. But really, there was a lot of game played with the wise guys, the 3, Enzo, Cody, and Memphis, and then Christmas. She's like the wise guys.
Well, that's where I believe that Memphis really started to play the game and use or take advantage of his HOH room was setting that up, putting that all together. Like, yeah, good job, good on you. Like, you just put yourself in a good position if you can make the next. Well, once we find out what got announced at the end of it, if you can make that go right, you're going to be in a good spot. Whoever comes out of that alive and at the top of that alliance is going to be in a very good spot in this game.
Yeah.
After next week's episode, I will make a pretty solid guess on who I think will win.
Yeah, I mean, you probably will be able to.
Yeah.
And it's, like you said, they're just starting to play. He uses HOH room, stuck him in there, Enzo. But I wonder if Christmas is smart to figure out, even though she knows I'm really with Tyler, so this is my side alliance.
So what did you take?
We're just in Thursday game talking.
Oh, so we're already Thursday?
Yeah.
So what do you take on Christmas going with David and what did you take from their conversation?
So I think that whole
her telling him, "I know you weren't. I know how you voted. I know that you, Kevin, and Davon voted for Ian to stay." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you think she's manipulating the shit out of him?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I remember what you told me the other night. You said, this is the point of the game where you just find out who the master manipulators are.
Yeah.
And Christmas is showing she's one of them, because this is actually what I was tying in about that conversation, is that her in Memphis, people suspect they have a final two. I don't know that Memphis doesn't have a final two at Christmas, because she has a final two with Tyler.
Yeah.
So Christmas also had that relationship with Enzo, where she went on the block for him, he saved her from the safety suite. So that whole Wise Guys alliance is very intertwined with even some of them not knowing who's intertwined with them. And that brought me to where Christmas was telling Memphis all this, and he, once again, just like when Tyler was talking to him. So to me, Memphis and Tyler...
We haven't even really talked about the Tyler-Memphis conversation. I want to talk about Tyler a lot, but let's...
So we can go there from here, because Christmas and Tyler are final two, and they both know how to manipulate and play the game. And Memphis, he made the committee, but remember, he had an original final two with Cody called the commission. And now he's saying his real final two is with Enzo. So he has things very intertwined, but he keeps acting surprised when he is clueless, because he is thinking too far ahead in the game.
Yeah.
He's thinking final four. Tyler and Christmas are still thinking, the deal she cut with David was a final eight.
Yeah, they're thinking, those people, their thought process, to me, the way I see him playing it, they're probably thinking like 2 evictions ahead. He's talking like 3-4 evictions ahead, which, might be a good thing for him here very soon. If he's that far ahead in his brain and knows where he wants to go and has it set up correctly, like we just said.
Yeah, but
the game's about to get wild. We'll talk about it. But Tyler.
But Christmas protected Memphis with that conversation, basically. Mm-hmm. Because now because I think Tyler, which will bring us to another conversation, Tyler Christmas has the final two. They want to bring David. It has become clear. Just as much as Tyler noticed that Danny and Nicole, which I'm going to let you talk about in a second, because that's what he told Memphis, is Tyler is playing this game, and so is Christmas. And they want to bring David, is who I think they want to bring.
Yeah.
Because I think both of them think, sitting next to David, they're not going to let him win All-Stars, are they?
Well, I think Memphis thinks he's the puppet master, but I think Tyler is the puppet master right now. And I hope he gets to prove it, man. I like the way he plays the game. He's just straightforward. Like, he just had to tell Memphis, like, I like when they cut to the, he's just told them, like, dude, like, I don't know how I'm going to use it, like, I obviously tried. I did it in 2 minutes. Well, he really didn't say that at first. He's like, man, I just got lucky at it, I got it first try or whatever he said, which he actually, like, made a mistake, and still, he would have been very fast. He wouldn't have made that mistake. But,
then the second time they talked.
Yeah, well, once he started bringing the realizations to him that, like, Danny's time clicked in his head, like, whoa, like, she was trying to win. There's no way she threw that. She did it that fast. She wasn't trying to throw that. Why was she trying to win? Like, what's her prerogative? So he started just opening up these realizations in Memphis's head, and obviously the turn of events was that he realized, oh, God, me getting rid of David right now makes no sense. Like, makes no sense. He has no foothold in the game whatsoever. He could put people on the block, but they've got the numbers, so everyone on their team is going to be playing for the veto. One of them, they're going to get taken down.
They're just not showing Tyler and Christmas's game real conversations where they're comparing notes, because he worked that whole side of that house. He's protected David. And then the follow-up plan was Memphis thinks David is after him. So then Christmas comes up with a plan that says, Memphis, let me change his targets to Danny and Nicole. So Tyler and Christmas, I don't think they're showing their actual private conversations. And I'm going to bring up Bubba right here, because he called Christmas a long time ago that she knew how to play the game.
Yeah, he really did.
So I've been thinking about that too. But anyway, so Tyler and Christmas, I think that they are together, and I think Tyler, like you just said, is the puppet master, because he actually another time tried to save David and told him to go talk to Memphis and pitch to Memphis, they think we hate each other, so let's really work together.
Yeah.
And then David has disappeared into a black hole and is playing pretty decent game, in my opinion. He's trying to figure out where he can make a move.
Here's how I look at it.
And he wants to.
If he makes it to the final 3 and he, like, wins his way into the final 2, he's going to have a hell of an argument to win the game.
Yeah. But I think...
Because he's truly a rookie playing against all-stars.
Yeah. Let's say this twist, though, that has happened. I'm going to go ahead and say it now.
Yeah, you can.
So the triple eviction could get David caught up in the wave of just someone not knowing what to do and not ready to show their cards.
That's probably going to happen.
So
Kevin will be gone. My opinion is Kevin, more than likely David, and someone from that big alliance is going home. For sure.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I literally, on Twitter, because I follow the live feeds or whatever, and I started replying in there now. And I replied on one of them, and I said, it's going to be chalk, need double eviction soon, because it's about to be Day, Kevin, Danny, and then I put in parentheses, David is going to be carried as long as he can, but will be evicted right here. Nicole.
Well, see, I truly think that Nicole will go before Danny. If they're smart, they will backdoor Nicole as soon as possible.
I think it's going to be like a Kevin, maybe a Kevin David. It depends who wins, but I think it could be. I think Tyler and Christmas are going to carry them. David might win the HOH, but if it's David who wins the HOH, it's going to be Danny and Nicole are going up there, or Kevin is a pawn to backdoor Nicole.
Well, what's going to happen is it's going to be an obscure coupling sitting on the block. There's going to be someone with the veto, probably the head of household, and they're going to take down one of their own people, and then they're going to backdoor the hell out of Nicole or someone big in the game, and they're going to say, sorry, I don't know what to do. Say their name. They're going to sit down. Everyone's going to vote for them, and they're going to go home. It happens to at least one person every season. It's going to happen probably next week. Can't wait to see it.
Me either, because the 3 people are going to be going home next week.
Yeah. Well, I think 2 of the main people will probably go home, and then I'm telling you, someone big is going to go home next week because someone's going to take their shot. It's coming. They're going to have to. It's going to get cutthroat, dude. 3 people are going home at one time. It's going to get cutthroat.
Yeah, I know, and it's and you know that the power of veto is the challenge they always have.
Yeah.
What is it called?
OTEV,
and he's like the talking whatever he's gonna be.
He's like the big rock.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's like a big rock.
It's like a challenge where you got to go and get answers.
Yeah. You usually ask a question, you got to go out there and find the answer and bring it back.
And you got to climb up something in the road.
Climb up the waterfall and get back up there and on the lily pad or whatever they got up there.
Yeah, man, I think
it's a fun one. So go into what the other what's the other twist? The neighbor twist.
Dr. Will, but we can talk about the Davon.
Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about Davon going home. We jumped right to triple eviction.
Yeah. So Davon went home, but she gave a massive speech, but it was still going on all before that. She asked, because Kevin, they don't show it on the live feeds, man. I mean, they don't show it on TV. Kevin keeps trying to tell Davon what's actually going on in the game. And she's just like, no, I believe Nicole. Or whatever. He did it multiple times. I mean, I don't know what the record is for the times on the block. But he won the only POV the time he was actually going to go home.
Yeah.
And then he has just been up there at least 4 times, so he's going to be up there 5 times.
He's what I like to call a goat. He's a terrible player, and he will float his way far. But I truly think his trail ends next week. I'm just going to say that.
Unless he wins the head of household, he's gone.
I'm pretty positive he's going home.
I don't even know who he put up at this point.
Him?
Yeah, Kevin.
He will put up 2 big people. 2 main players in the game. Guarantee it. He's been up there many times. He got plenty of people to choose from.
So, Davon, before she gets evicted, gives one of the longest Big Brother speeches of all time.
I understand that she has that platform, may never have that platform again. I would have preferred her give that speech to Julie afterwards in the chairs. The only time you should get to talk that long is if you're trying to win the money at the end, in my opinion. You're going home, Davon. There's no point in you getting on your soapbox now. Go get on your soapbox with Julie when you get out of here, when it's time to get on your soapbox. But I understood why she did it. That's what I'll say about it. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I get it too.
I mean, Kevin wasn't going home, so it didn't really matter, but he sort of tried to talk about something in that same vein and whatnot, but it was pretty obvious Davon was going home, in my opinion. She was clueless. She had no idea what was going on.
No, and she kind of had that realization when she left. So I thought it was interesting that Nicole and Danny still voted for Kevin.
Trying to save face, dude. Jury management.
Yeah, that is jury management. You know who else is great at jury management?
That's why Nicole put on them waterworks, boy.
She can do it like I ain't never seen.
I hope you can be my friend.
Stone cold liar.
And they cried in their confessional. I hope you can be my friend after this. It's like, I cannot cue a tear on my own if I wanted to, I don't think.
You can be like, David, I know
Maybe-
you got some tears in there.
Maybe in the finale we'll give for finale week, I think we should give our speech we would give to win this year's show. And I'm gonna try
As a player,
I'm
or-
gonna try to cue some real tears for it.
Oh, Lord.
I don't think I can.
Me either.
But anyways, they're great at it. The people that get on these shows can. I wonder if when they go into their audition, if they're just like immediately like start crying, and then these people are like, "Oh shit! Like, yeah, you're gonna manipulate the hell out of everybody," and then they just like cut it off immediately, like, "Oh, I'm happy to be here." They're real happy. I'm sure they do that crazy shit. These people are nuts.
Oh, I don't know. I needed to research that. But I circled it and said, run their game. I thought them throwing 2 votes run the game. I get jury management, but they're about to go home. The other person good at jury management is Tyler. Every time people have been evicted, Ian, anybody in the jury, he immediately tells them, I've been in the 6-person alliance, this. He just talks pure game, which also I said whenever Dave was talking to Julie, it's like I said before, I guess people do get personal in there, but at the end of the speech, I would just have to tell everyone I was playing a game.
Yeah. That's your boy Paul. That's why he didn't win. I've said it time and time again. I'll say it once more. He would have owned his game. He would have been a Big Brother champion. He couldn't own his game, so he lost.
Wishy-washy.
you
Dr.
like
Will.
to- Yes, Dr. Will, and then I'm going to give...
So did you
I'm gonna
watch
give
all
the
the way
slop
back there?
recipe at the end.
Okay,
but yeah,
so
I found it.
You
I
did?
found-
So slop
yeah.
recipe at the end. So,
Yeah.
So did you watch Dr. Will's season?
I didn't watch it. I do know who he is just from his appearances going through, but I had not started watching it yet. No, but I do know he was a doctor. Played the whole game. Didn't tell anyone he was a doctor until maybe after he won the show.
Kind of like the guy was a cop. Who did he vote?
That was Derek Levasseur. Yeah, he was like an undercover cop and didn't tell nobody and took Cody. They hit men. It was Nicole Franziel's season. His that was good. That was really good season of Big Brother. But yeah, Dr. Will is now their neighbor.
Yeah. I don't know. I was hoping they would have more influence. It sounds like just prizes instead of
Prizes or
power.
Prizes or power. Yeah. So I wonder if the power is like a chance to take a vote from somebody, or because that's big.
I think it's just the HOH. Either you can opt out to get prizes, or if you win, it's going to be trades like it's been before. I don't know.
Oh, so yeah, you're probably right. Will you give up your power for a prize?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have some nice shit to give them though.
I hope so.
It's like, God, well, where am I at in this game? Do I have a chance of winning? Do I want to take this nice shit home with me when I leave here? And this paycheck I'm gonna get from sitting in this house because I don't have to go home. I'm in the jury house, so they're getting paid the whole time they're sitting in that jury house too. So they're sitting nice.
Yep, that's true too, man.
You
All right,
wanted to be in here a lot, boy.
let's read the slop.
All right, yep, slop. I would hate to have have slop. It is 3.5 cups of steel cut oats, 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons unflavored whey protein isolate, unflavored, 1/2 cup unflavored soy protein, 4 teaspoons vitamin and mineral powder, 12 cups water.
So it's basically just like
Protein shake, a flavorless protein shake.
Wow,
Yeah, I mean, steel cut oats are literally they taste like powder.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, I would hate to eat that. But
Well,
yeah,
that's
moving
just
into
that one.
what was this week?
Week 7,
Week 7, moving into week 8 next week.
triple eviction. Be a lot to talk about.
Yep.
See y'all later.
Peace.